Title of the story: The Elves and the Shoemaker, a tale of kindness. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a kind and hardworking shoemaker named John. He was very poor and didn't have much money. One day, he cut out some leather to make shoes, hoping to sell them and get some money. He worked very hard, but his hands were tired and sore. The next morning, John woke up and found the shoes finished on his table. He was amazed and grateful. Someone had made the shoes for him while he was sleeping. The shoes were beautiful, with intricate designs and sturdy soles. John was so happy that he danced around his room. He sold the shoes and got enough money to buy leather for 2 more pairs. This kept happening every night. John would cut out the leather, and the next morning, the shoes would be finished. He became wealthier and wealthier. He was very happy. He had enough money to buy food and clothes for his family, and even hired some helpers to work in his shop. John and his wife, Mary, wanted to know who was helping them. They hid behind some clothes and watched. At midnight, 2 tiny men came into the room. "Look, Mary, they're so small and quick," John whispered. "I know, it's like magic," Mary replied. "They must be cold and hungry. Let's make them some clothes and shoes," Mary said. "That's a great idea," John agreed. "I'll make 2 tiny pairs of shoes and you can make some tiny shirts, pants, and coats." Mary smiled and started sewing. John and Mary made the tiny clothes and shoes with love and care. They even added some tiny buttons and laces. When they finished, they left the clothes and shoes on the table, hoping the little men would come back. And they did. The little men were overjoyed and sang a happy song. "Now we are boys so fine to see. Why should we longer cobblers be?" They danced and played, and then disappeared into the night, taking their new clothes and shoes with them. John and Mary were very happy that the little men liked their gifts. They smiled at each other and hugged. "We're so lucky to have such kind helpers," Mary said. "Yes, and we're lucky to be able to help them too," John replied. They felt happy and content, knowing that they had made someone's day a little brighter. One night, John and Mary hid and went to the elves when they were busy making shoes. They offered to work with them, but the elves said, "Thank you, but we have to go somewhere else to help some other people in need." John and Mary were amazed. "You help others too?" John asked. The elves nodded. "Yes, we help those who need it most. We have to go now, but thank you for your kindness." And with that, the elves disappeared into the night, leaving John and Mary in awe. From that day on, John's life changed. He worked hard every day, making shoes and selling them. He had enough money to buy a big house and garden, and even a small farm with animals. He was very successful and his shop became famous. People came from all around to buy his shoes. John was happy and proud of what he had achieved. He never forgot the kindness of the little men and always remembered to help others. John and Mary lived happily ever after, and the little men never forgot the kindness of the shoemaker and his wife. Moral of the story: when we help others and say thank you, good things come back to us. Just like John, we can be kind to others and make them happy. And just like the little men, others can help us when we need it most. So let's always be kind and grateful.